So people say a lot of really stupid shit. I don't know if it's bro science or where it comes from, but regardless, people say it, and it's like the more people say it, the more true it becomes, which is one of those things that really annoys me. Like the whole, like, oh, you can only digest 30 grams of protein at a time, or you have to eat within this magical 20-minute window after your workout, or all your gains are gonna go to shit. And if you work out for longer than 45 minutes, your cortisol level spikes, and you lose all your muscle. And it's like, this shit's already wrong to begin with, but then people keep saying it perpetuates it. The more widespread it gets, the more accepted it becomes, because now everybody knows that. Everybody knows that you can only eat 30 grams of protein at a time, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, if that was really the case, then I could sit down and eat 4 pounds of steak in a single sitting, and I would never ever gain weight, even though I'm eating this massive excess of calories. I would only be getting, if I sat down and ate 12 pounds of steak in a day in 3-4 pound servings, I would have actually only absorbed 90 grams of protein for the day. So I'd actually be in a starvation setting, which is, it's just retarded. Anyways, the question that I'm slowly getting around to that seems to be this a new rumor is that you can't gain muscle on CrossFit. People are like, oh, you can't gain mass on CrossFit. You can't pack on muscle with CrossFit. That is complete and utter bullshit. That is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard of. I don't even know where that comes from, but just stop and think about the hypertrophy effect of high intensity training with extremely high reps and high volume. I mean, some of the CrossFit workouts have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps. You mean to tell me that doing all those hundreds of reps, you're not going to have enough hypertrophy, not enough volume to stimulate, muscle growth? That's absolutely stupid. So, oh, well, you can't gain muscle on CrossFit. Where is that? Like, show me where that's backed up. But the more important thing is that yes, you can gain muscle on CrossFit. You can gain muscle on pretty much any exercise resistance training program. The key to it, okay, is how much do you eat? Because if you do CrossFit and you undereat, then no, you're not going to pack on muscle. You'll probably lose some fat. You may retain the muscle that you have if you're eating an adequate amount of protein, okay? But gaining muscle, no, you're not going to gain muscle unless you fucking eat. That's what it comes down to. People talk so much shit about oh, this program will pack on all this muscle. This program will pack on all this muscle. No. None of those programs will pack on any fucking muscle. You can do Wendler 531 from now until forever. You can do the Texas method. You can do Smolov. You can do whatever fucking program you want. You can do German volume training. If you're not eating enough, you're not going to gain muscle. It's that simple. It really is. If you're under eating, you're not going to gain muscle. I don't care what fucking program you do. And I don't know why this mentality exists. I don't know why people are like, oh, well, you know what? Your problem isn't that you're doing 3 to 5 reps. Your problem is that you should be doing 8 to 12 reps. Or people will tell me shit like, no, hypertrophy doesn't kick in until you get over 16 reps. So 16 to 20 is optimal because that's going to create more hypertrophy. You know what? I've created hypertrophy on programs where I never did anything bigger than a triple, just doubles and triples. And you know what? The trick? I just ate more. I think Glenn Penley actually wrote an article for T Nation a while back about how his problem is that his weightlifters were gaining too much muscle. We should all have that problem. But if you know anything about weightlifting, you know that you're probably just doing singles, doubles, and triples, okay? You almost never do anything over 3 reps. I mean, I'm not saying you don't. Sure, we might squat a 5x5 back squat or something like that. But in general, you're not going to see guys doing sets of 20 snatches. I mean, maybe with the bars you're just warming up or something like that, but your actual work sets, no, you're not doing high reps, ever. But these guys are gaining muscle. Why are they gaining muscle? Because they're fucking eating. This isn't rocket science. I wish people would stop making it rocket science. I wish people would stop making it so complicated. It's actually really simple. Eat, lift, sleep.